Hello everyone. My name is Astha and today we are going to discuss some important idioms. Now, before we begin, what are idioms? Well, idioms are those beautiful idiomatic expressions, words or phrases which have a figurative meaning, and that figurative meaning is entirely different from the literal meaning of the words in it. So, therefore, they do not mean what they say. And hence, we can say they have that imaginative appeal and hidden meaning in them. Now, for example, if I say it's raining cats and dogs, does that mean that cats and dogs are falling from the sky? Absolutely not. It means that it's raining very heavily and very hard. Another example, if I say, well, I love my best friend. She's an apple of my eye. Now, does that mean that she has kept an apple or she looks like an apple? Absolutely not. It means that she's very dear to me. Similarly, there are some set of idioms we are going to discuss today. So let's get started. The first one is up in the air. Now, what does it mean? If a plan is up in the air, you have not yet decided what will happen. For example, the whole future of the project is still up in the air, means it's still undecided. Our trip is still very much up in the air. Again, it means it's not yet decided or confirmed. The second one, I wasn't born yesterday. Now, this is used for telling someone that you are not stupid enough to believe what they are saying. For example, I know what's going on. I wasn't born yesterday, so come on, just don't make fool out of me. The second example, you say you would pay me back as soon as possible, but I don't believe you. I wasn't born yesterday, you know. And this way we come to the third idiom. Be back on your feet. Now what does that mean? To be healthy again after a period of illness. Jim's hoping he'll be back on his feet by next week. Sarah is happy to be back on her feet again after a hospital stay. So this is used to just tell what kind of recovery you have made, and if a person has become healthy after a period of illness. The next one, the salt of the earth. And what does it mean? An ordinary person who is respected because they are honest and good. For example, my father is the salt of the earth. He works hard and always helps people who are in need. Second example, Mrs. Jones is the salt of the earth. She is the first to help anyone in trouble. Next one, hang in the balance. What does it mean? If the future of something hangs in the balance, it means it is uncertain. For example, the future of the company hangs in the balance. Peter's career, much more than mine, hangs in the balance. The next idiom, as clear as mud. Now, which means something which is very difficult to understand or comprehend. For example, I guess I need to call a lawyer because these legal contracts are as clear as mud. Example number 2. My teacher's instructions were as clear as mud. This is something which generally children tell us. The next one, on the mend, which means to be getting better after an illness. For example, she's been very ill, but luckily, she's on the mend now. Peter's had flu, but he's on the mend. The next idiom, made of money, which means to be very rich. Now look at this ferocious picture of this uncle. Now what are the examples? No, You cannot have another car. I am not made of money. I know you want the new phone, but the answer is no. I am not made of money. Imagine one of the parents saying this. Okay, the next idiom. Go cold turkey. To stop or give up a bad habit immediately or completely. I had to stop smoking, so I went cold turkey. Peter went cold turkey when he gave up caffeine completely. So that's an interesting way if you want to tell others or you want to brag that how you have given up your bad habits. The next one. Be cut from the same cloth, which means to have very similar qualities to someone or something else. For example, Julia and her mother are cut from the same cloth as they are both so kind and sweet. We are cut from the same cloth, you and I. And the next idiom goes, somebody's mind goes blank. Someone cannot remember or think of anything. Now this generally happens in front of their children when they are not able to recall what homework they had, received the previous day. So the examples are, when he asked me for my number, my mind went completely blank. I tried to remember her name, but my mind went completely blank. And here comes the next idiom, which means wet behind the ears, which means to be young and without experience, so someone who is a fresher probably. He's just finished high school, so he's still wet behind the ears, means he's still inexperienced. Peter is too young to take on a job like this. He's still wet behind the ears. And here comes the next, hit the roof, which means to become extremely angry. Dad will hit the roof when he finds out I sold the car. My parents are going to hit the roof if they find out we had a party here. And here comes the next idiom, as tough as old boots, which means very strong and able to deal with difficult situations or pain easily. Don't worry about me. I'm as tough as old boots. He might be in his 80s, but he's as tough as old boots. Go to the wall. Now this means to fail, especially when it involves losing all money and business. So what are the examples? After 9 months of massive losses, the company finally went to the wall. Example number 2. Over the last year, 2 of the most successful companies in the world have gone to the wall. Means they have just completely lost everything. And the next idiom is at a snail's pace, the pace in which the students come back to the class from their recess, which means extremely slowly. So what are the examples? The roads were full of traffic and we were traveling at a snail's pace for 2 hours. The work is progressing at a snail's pace. The next one and the last one. To be on the right track, which means to be doing something in a way that will bring good results. These results suggest that we are on the right track. After all of those failed experiments, our team is finally on the right track now. So these were some amazing idioms, and we'll get back soon with some other. Till then, practice these. Bye-bye.